Hello everyone, Sea Smackdown is back. Today we have a replay from our player Pandora's127 from the Asian server, who broke a base XP record. But was it pure luck or the player's expert skills? Let's analyze the match with the help of our expert, Dream Eater.
Our hero went on to battle Minotaur, a UK Tier 10 cruiser. Well, you know.
The hero of this episode sets out to fight for the epicenter on the Tears of the Desert map. First, they head towards the islands at lines 3 and 4. This position allows players to monitor enemy ships coming from the north, and the islands serve as perfect cover for this purpose. Our Minotaur has the company of Cleveland, Montana, and Jutland. Having approached one of the islands, our hero begins to assess the balance of power in the area. Cleveland, on the other hand, comes out of hiding and falls under the crossfire of 4 enemy ships, who immediately send her back to port.
Cleveland left the cover of an island and got detected by 4 enemy ships. Don't be like Cleveland. Exposing your side to a gang of enemy ships is often a fatal mistake.
Meanwhile, the enemy team captures the epicenter and quickly begins earning points. Minotaur decides to help her ally, Jutland, restore control over the map's center. Without firing, she moves to another island closer to her allied ships.
Pay attention to this. Minotaur starts firing only when the smoke is keeping her hidden from the enemy ships. Additionally, she's located close enough to the island to give the option of hiding behind it if something goes wrong.
Her ally, Montana, neglects to consider that due to her high-caliber guns, the smoke won't cover her properly, and she follows Cleveland to port.
Don't be like Montana. This is the second mistake made by Minotaur's allies in battle.
Despite the events, Minotaur maintains her position.
She didn't proceed north. This was one of her crucial decisions. She decided not to follow the destroyer, who headed to the flank launching torpedoes, but decided to stay in the center and move to the key R instead. Our hero realized that an enemy destroyer had captured the key area, that their team was losing, and they had to do something to turn the tide. An allied destroyer headed for the epicenter and blocked its capture by the opponent for quite a long time. It was a reasonable solution. Stay near the islands and support her ally, because if she moved further to the flank, they wouldn't be able to do away with the enemy Henri by catching her in their crossfire. Also, the cruiser wouldn't be able to control the epicenter because it was virtually alone there.
Not really alone. Jutland provides support. The destroyer takes up a perfect position. The island serves as effective cover from enemy shells, while the powerful AA guns of our hero, Minotaur, provide protection against enemy aircraft. The British cruiser doesn't waste time and fires at the enemy ships, using her own smoke as cover. Detected by enemy surveillance radar, Minotaur takes cover behind the island to escape a similar fate to that of the late Cleveland and Montana, and manages to launch torpedoes in the direction of the enemy Henri IV.
Our hero holds a very important position. They control 2 epicenter rings, are covering the allied destroyer, and can rush to capture the center if circumstances allow it.
One of the torpedoes hits the enemy cruiser, and Minotaur continues to reduce Henri's HP bar. Eventually, our hero makes the French expose her side to Minotaur's ally, Yamato.
Henri was too impatient. She thought she could quickly move to the island and make an easy frag. Here's a Minotaur. Now I'll just switch to AP shells, reload, and send her to port. No way.
After her smoke generator has reloaded, Minotaur enables it and engages in battle with Montana.
Montana thought she was doing everything right, but she wasn't. She tried to do this and that, and fired at Minotaur blindly through smoke. She had bad luck. It happens. She destroyed Yamato simply by ramming her. I think both players were happy with the outcome.
2 enemy Salem cruisers destroy Minotaur's ally, Jutland, who had been controlling the epicenter all this time. Minotaur understands that engaging them at that moment would be an act of suicide.
Our hero took another sensible decision to stay where they were and save their ship. Their mission to control the center was of higher priority.
The allied team is losing by points, but our hero calmly waits for the proper moment to attack her enemy.
A good idea would be to take control over the center and finish Salem, but her smoke charges were running out. Firing at Yamato when out of smoke would be suicide for Minotaur. Our hero made the correct decision to attack the enemy.
The first Salem perishes during an Allied air attack, then the second one gets distracted, and that's the signal for our hero to act. Moving with her bow towards the enemy, Minotaur finishes off the US cruiser by firing at its side. She's supported by Allied torpedo bombers, but this frag is very much to the merit of our hero.
2 Salems. They didn't coordinate their attack. One was too far, the other too close. Now come 2 Allied aircraft carriers. Hey dude, these are tough times for you now. The fight was quick. A Salem cruiser can't survive a focus attack for long, even using her marvelous healing abilities. The second Salem wasn't able to support her ally due to being too far away. Meanwhile, Allied torpedo bombers dropped torpedoes straight against her side. Salem thinks, what should I do? What should I do? Here's Minotaur, and there, Moskva and Ibuki firing together, plus those annoying aircraft. She decided to maneuver and eventually received a hit to her side from our hero's guns.
Without wasting time, Minotaur takes up position next to another island. This allows her to take control of the epicenter and evade enemy fire. Her powerful AA guns and smoke help our hero escape air attacks.
Minotaur took up a perfect position for attacking Izumo, who first couldn't see her, and second, even if she could see her, she couldn't cause any serious damage, as she wasn't able to fire her shells over such a small island.
Using the smokescreen, our hero positions their ship with her bow towards the cruiser Azuma and prepares to launch torpedoes at battleship Izumo.
Minotaur easily bounced the blind salvos fired at her. Why? She didn't expose her side to the enemy and kept the ship's hull at an angle to the battleships.
When the smokescreen dissipates, Minotaur fires a couple of salvos at the cruiser, carefully watching what the enemy battleship is doing. The last charge of smoke generator is ready. Minotaur ceases firing to stay invisible and launches torpedoes, first towards the battleship, then Azuma. The battleship wasn't obviously ready for the torpedo attack. After Izuma goes down, the enabled hydroacoustic search helps Minotaur spot torpedoes launched by enemy Kagero. Get out of the smoke if you want to live. The enemy Azuma has no chance of escaping our torpedoes. The British cruiser dodges the torpedoes launched by the destroyer and successfully escapes a blind attack from enemy torpedo bombers.
The enemy ships fell victim to torpedo attacks. Why? They simply didn't expect them and did nothing to counter the attacks.
Having finished Kagero, who carelessly approached her too close, Minotaur heads for the aircraft carriers. With the most powerful AA armament in the game, a high rate of fire, skillful maneuvering, proper positioning, perfect knowledge of strengths and weaknesses of the ship, reasonable and timely use of consumables, and of course, torpedoes. These are the major factors of this brilliant victory.
You may think that luck had a significant say in this battle. However, if you look closely, you'll notice that our hero demonstrated perfect skills and always made the correct decisions according to their circumstances. In the beginning, the Allied team lost 4 ships, but our hero, being in the right place at the right time, turned the tide of the battle.